Hello, Google Campers. Today we are going to be talking a lot about integrating a lot of the functionalities of Google Classroom directly into our Schoology profiles, which is something that's very exciting, and it's going to be eliminating a lot of the extra steps that we used to have to do to use some of the great functionalities of Google Classroom while also using our gradebook and other tools in Schoology. So we're going to talk pretty in depth about how we can use some of these tools, but to actually access the tools, we want to make sure that we have the correct app installed. So you're going to start off right in your homepage, just like I am right here. And you're not going to use the resources tab for this. There's also a way to access your apps here. We're going to leave those aside for now, and we're going to click right into the left here where it says App Center. So we're going to click that. And then once you do that, you'll notice that a bunch of apps, you can scroll through these, some of these actually look pretty cool as well, will appear. And you'll notice that there are a few, or a couple, maybe one or two, that are branded with the Google Drive logo. So this one right here, the Google Drive Resource app, is something that should already be downloaded in your Schoology profile. This one will give us some of the functionalities of Google Classroom, but not all. So we're not going to touch that one for now. The one I really want us to focus on and look at is this Google Drive Assignments. So we're going to click Google Drive Assignments. And then you'll notice it gives you some information, it gives you a description. But what we're going to do is go ahead and install the LTI app. So if you notice, it's already installed for me. So I already have these things clicked, but you would want to go through if your classes were not already linked. Mine are not linked yet. You click through, make sure that each of your courses are clicked, and then also that your course admins only can access this functionality, just because we don't want students being able to push out documents to their classmates or to us. So we're going to install. Mine is already installed. The first time I did it, it didn't take longer than a couple of seconds to install it. So that's done. So for those of us who are tech savvy, me not being one of them, you're going to notice the difference, and you're going to be able to play around with it a little bit right away, and you're going to have some fun with it. But for those of us who are not tech savvy, I'm just going to show you the major difference and kind of the most exciting thing right now, and then we're going to talk more in depth about how we can use this extra button that we have attached to our profile. So I just clicked into one of my courses. If you can see that I don't have any materials from my archives here yet. So what I'm going to do is just add a material, just like you would normally. And I'm just going to add an assignment. So I click Add Assignment. Just like normal, this box would pop up. But what's different and what's really exciting is the fact that we have this Google Drive Assignments tab now. So we can assign from the Google Drive app. So let's just play around with this real quick. So I'm just going to name this Testing 1, 2, 3. And I want to assign a category because that's something that has the red asterisk. So just do ungraded for now. I'll leave the point values the same. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Google Drive Assessments. And from here, anything that is linked into your student account, Gmail, anything in your drive will be here. And then from this, for instance, if I wanted to push out something like a graphic organizer, which I've done in the past, I can click Graphic Organizer, attach. And this will actually create a copy of the file that I've chosen for each of your students. Now, this was something that was exclusive to Google Classroom last year or in years past, and it's something that's really great. So, for instance, this graphic organizer, I could set it up as a Venn diagram or as a 5-paragraph essay organizer, and in Google Classroom, I would have been able to push out a blank copy to all of the students so that they can type right into it in the format that I wanted them to. And then, in turn, it would create a whole list in my drive in a folder organized by the student's last name, all of their work. So this is something that was great, but it was also very separate from Schoology. So this is actually integrating that functionality right into Schoology, and you're able to assign it right from here, which is different than in years past. You used to have to set up a separate Google Classroom account for all of the students. So this is something that's very exciting. So we're going to get more into detail about how we can use these documents. I'm also going to show you some specific ways that I've used the functionalities of Google Classroom. I haven't used it yet through Schoology, but the same methods will apply just because it's eliminating a big portion of time and a big step between having to set up the separate Google Classroom account versus just using it right here. We'll get into more detail about that, but I just wanted to show you off the bat kind of the most exciting integration. And like I said, for those of you who are tech savvy, you can start playing around with this now, and you can realize how much you can do and how much easier it will be to assign some things to students. All right, so we'll talk more in a few minutes.